Considering a bill to arm teachers in the event they're ever faced with an active shooter.
It is Michigan this time, and the debate nationwide rages on. Will arming them stop school shootings or at least save more lives? It's so politically charged right now, and so we're stepping out from the politics, going straight to our educators on the front line.
ABC 15 investigator Dave Biskobing with tonight's powerful and eye-opening experiment. A warning, it is intense.
This is active shooter training, the same police across the country used to train for the real thing. But we're not here with officers. These are teachers.
All right, go ahead and pick up the guns for me.
ABC 15 brought these 6 teachers to Vertra, a Tempe company that creates training simulators for police. These men and women teach across the valley, from Avondale to Phoenix to Chandler, in elementary, middle, and high schools.
The teachers haven't really had a voice in this.
We're on the front line and we want to demonstrate whether or not something like this would be effective.
After an introduction to the guns,
Bring it up and 2 hits.
and some practice, one by one, they went through the active school shooter scenario.
Do you think this was valuable?
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely.
It was chaotic.
It felt like people were shooting at you.
And that's the point. It's supposed to feel real. It's what lawmakers and the president believe some teachers are willing to take on.
Are any of you for arming teachers in schools?
No.
Okay.
We couldn't find a teacher for arming teachers to participate. None responded to an ABC 15 Facebook post reached by 89,000 people. But ABC 15 does want to hear from teachers who support the idea. These teachers say there's just not many out there.
Do you guys know any teachers that you've talked to that would be willing to do that?
Not a single one.
I don't know a
Nope.
single teacher who thinks it's a good idea.
Nope.
But if this becomes a reality, the responsibility could fall to someone like Cindy Campton, principal at Wilson Elementary in Phoenix. Her school is set to lose its school resource officer next year.
We're just not wired that way. My biggest fear was I'm going to put my finger on that trigger and either I'm going to do what they said and it's going to be just a reaction because I jumped and I'm going to kill a child. We didn't want to shoot a kid here. I couldn't imagine if there were our kids.
And it's a fear that not only affects teachers with little or no firearm experience.
Now, you're military.
Yes, sir.
You're Army. You were in combat, right?
Yes, sir.
You're the kind of person that politicians are saying, hey, there's a guy like this at the school. Let's give him a gun. He's going to go do this. Do you think you could do this at your school?
I would definitely do my best.
Daniel, an Army vet, teaches in Avondale. He was open to trying, given his background.
I actually thought it might change my mind a little bit because I do understand the merit and the thinking. I thought I can come in here and I would just be like, okay, boom, like this would be, okay, I can do this. And then the simulation absolutely proved me wrong. I hesitated. It was overwhelming. Even with my background, this still wasn't something that I'd be capable really of doing.
And the teacher would have shot the hell out of him before he knew what happened.
But hesitation is something we saw from every one of our teachers. In fact, all the teachers likely shot before they could kill the shooters.
It's that sense of empathy that really stops us from taking action. I call them my kids. They're not my students, they're my kids. I will always be there for them.
It's that empathy, that love, that overwhelmed Calandra, who teaches in Chandler.
Breathe for me. In through your nose. Hold it. Out through your mouth. Hold it. In through your nose. How you doing?
That was intense. It's a teacher's nature to help. And when you take that away, what does that make me? I'm just shooting like they are.
And that's why, for at least these 6 teachers, they hope there's another way to solve this.
Now, we want to make one thing very clear. Vertra is not taking a position on either side of this issue. Their only position is that if someone has a firearm, they ought to be trained. I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
Part of a teacher, right? These teachers have a lot more to say about this issue.
Yeah, Dave's digging into their reactions and what more they say they've learned from this test tomorrow night on ABC 15 News at 6.
You know, and as Dave said in the story, if you're an Arizona teacher out there who feels arming teachers can work, we want to hear from you as well.
Developing